So our upbacks are not
Alan,
quite as deep as they usually are.
We were offline there for a moment. We saw what the error was. We don't really know why of the error, but we think we have it corrected now. So anybody out there in Eagle Land that wants to let me know if we are live, I would certainly appreciate it. There's the kick. It's going to be taken by Bolin. He's looking for some running room around the left side. He's across the 30.
And that's a horse collar tackle right there. He was reaching inside of his jersey. And I mean, no flag on the play.
There's an official right on top of it.
Right there.
I mean, he's less than 2 yards away from the tackle, and he's not gonna pull that hanky out of the pocket for some reason.
I know we're supposed to be objective, but good grief.
You know, at some point, it's very hard to be so. They're gonna huddle up and talk about something down there. I really don't know what it might be.
Well, what are we gonna have for dinner after the game, boys?
Possibly, maybe. Alan, I think they're about to mark off a penalty against the Eagles.
Sideline interference on the offense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the yard.
Oh, my goodness.
So just as we attempt to not talk as bad about the officiating, I don't know. Sideline interference was the call, but, Alan, you look across that way, there's not a lot of room, first of all, for the football team.
There's less than 5 yards from the edge of the playing field to the track.
The chains are right up on the sideline. They've been in our coach's way all night long, and, I mean, I don't understand.
There's a big
There's
hole.
going to be Duff on a good run out across the 30-yard line. That's going to be enough for an Eagle first down. I just have a hard time being able to stomach watching a horse collar tackle right in front of one official and then getting penalized on the other side for a sideline warning when we don't even have room to set all of our equipment up.
Exactly.
So the Eagles back up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Britton under center. Gibbs going to be to Duff. He's looking for room off left tackle there. He's going to be stacked up. Going to get positive yardage of a couple yard gain there on the play. Clock rolling at 1:15 to play until half.
Down by number 9, Jimmy Zanell.
And Eagles look to the sideline for the next play. 2nd down, 8 to go, but that's not the important stat. The important stat, it would be 67 yards to go.
Yes.
Pass.
And he was open.
Yeah. Britton evades the tackler. He needs to get rid of the ball. There he goes. And he does get rid of the ball, but it's almost intercepted. I don't know who he's looking at. He's hit hard and rolled up on the other sideline. A clean hit. Nothing wrong with that. But, Alan, as you said on the pump fake, there was a guy wide open right over the middle of the field.
We're missing that middle seam route. That's twice that we've had guys streaking down the middle of the field.
A fake. Nobody back deep. Puck does hit Pottsville Apaches. Eagles trail by a score of 20-7. I'm going to step out here. We're going to take a quick break. Drake, are we going to run a commercial or are we going to run some music? We're going to run some music here briefly while we reset for our halftime show, and I'm going to turn it over here to Drake and Allen for the halftime show.
rivalry. The boys and the Giants throw down in HD. The gallery ready, so turn up the lights. The battle lines are drawn in Dallas tonight. Ready? Come on and get ready. I mean really ready. Are you ready for some football? A Monday night party. This is Hank and I'm ready. Let's get this picture started. Let's paint this town and do it up right. All my rowdy friends are here on Monday night. The roof is open, Dallas Cowboys Stadium, where they'll host Super Bowl 45. And the 97th meeting of the Giants and Cowboys set to kick off here on Monday Night Football. Over 40 years running, still a work of art. A game filled with glory, guts, and heart. It's as good as it gets with this rivalry. The boys and the Giants throw down in HD. The gallery ready, so turn up the lights. The battle lines are drawn in Dallas tonight. Ready? Come on and get ready. I mean really ready. Are you ready for some football? A Monday night party. This is Hank and I'm ready. Let's get this picture started. Let's paint this town and do it up right. All my rowdy friends are here on Monday night. The roof is open, Dallas Cowboys Stadium, where they'll host Super Bowl 45. And the 97th meeting of the Giants and Cowboys set to kick off here on Monday Night Football. Over 40 years running, still a work of art. A game filled with glory, guts, and heart. It's as good as it gets with this rivalry. The boys and the Giants throw down in HD. The gallery ready, so turn up the lights. The battle lines are drawn in Dallas tonight. Ready? Come on and get ready. I mean really ready. Are you ready for some football? A Monday night party. This is Hank and I'm ready. Let's get this picture started. Let's paint this town and do it up right. All my rowdy friends are here on Monday night. The roof is open, Dallas Cowboys Stadium, where they'll host Super Bowl 45. And the 97th meeting of the Giants and Cowboys.
If you're Coach Stout, the defensive coordinator, how do you adjust your defense to try to tailor your defense to stop that outside run game in the second half?
You know, that just as I said, we got to get our defensive end out to contain, and our linebackers filling the gap there. And once we get there, we've got to wrap up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing. You look at, I know there in the very beginning of the first quarter, they had a guy break they had the big running back break a run on the outside. Zeke Bell grabbed him, and it took him about 20 yards to bring him down. I mean, they've got some big, hefty guys, and you got to wrap up and tackle. That's going to be a key for the Eagles in the second half.
And don't take nothing away about Pottsville being a 4A. We're 5A. We're bigger. We're better. They're a good football team.
Yes, they are.
They are a good football team. They're not undersized. They just don't have as much depth as we do. And they're playing people multiple ways. But guess what? They play people multiple ways all the time.
Yeah.
So they're used to that. So we may not wear them down.
Of course. And you look at how the Eagles are. We talked about depth. Depth of a 4A school, depth of a 5A school. And the Eagles tonight have 10-plus players out, not only with injury, but a couple guys that weren't able to make some practices this week. Had Memorial Day this past weekend, and a player misses 2 practices. 2 practices in a week. He's not allowed to dress out. Now, I like that rule, but the Eagles have a lack of depth here. A couple of the sophomores, look at Drew Kelo and Draven Smith, guys that have been able to step up big and aren't able to play this week. But then again, that shows great coaching, great discipline for these guys, but a lack of depth on the Eagle side as well. And it looks defensively like we're wearing down a little bit so far at the end of this first half.
We've been on the field quite a few plays. I had that number in my head and I lost it. 32 offensive plays.
Wow.
So, much like last week, Greene County Tech, Pottsville tonight had the ball control over us here in the first half.
Yeah. So,
yeah, we're going to be a little bit tired, but, we got guys going both ways too, but yet they condition for that. They're ready for that.
Now, I'll tell you, Alan, looking at the defense strategy for the Eagles, we saw in their scouting report, we tried to load the box this week. We've got our ends, they're playing in tight. You've got a stinger and a rover, our 2 not necessarily outside linebackers, but 2 guys that can be a hybrid at a linebacker or even a lineman or a D-back position, some guys that are just great at covering all edges of the field. And we're loading those guys in the box, the linebackers up in the box, trying to stop that dive. And we've done a great job of stopping the dive. Once again, it's that outside run. Now, as far as Pottsville defensively, what have we seen that's been so successful from them?
I think they're reading our outside plays well.
Yeah.
We've had success in the interior. Roca busting it up the middle off the A and B gap. We got to keep them guessing as to where we're going.
Right.
And not be predictable.
Yeah.
So, and then the little adjustments, we complete one of those 2 seam passes, they're going to have to start respecting that then.
Yes, they will.
Therefore, taking some men out of that box.
Yeah. And
if they can pack that box all night against us, it's going to be a tough sled.
Yes, it is.
Just like it's tough for them.
Physical ball game.
In between the tackles.
Yeah.
It is, because we're packing them in. So they're running their option play better, and we're running our option play at this point.
And you look at the Eagles, when they run those pass plays, what they like to utilize is having those running backs go out on those short routes to catch a pass. But so far tonight, there's always that one end for the Apaches that gets around there and pressures the quarterback, and that's been kryptonite for the Eagles so far.
It has. We'll just have to sustain our blocks just a little bit longer. Again, I know Coach Sullivan, Coach Young, and they're coaching them up right now, making some changes. And, again, we're gonna be fine.
Yes.
We're going to close. We got a 13-point deficit at this point. Yeah, a little worried, but not overly worried.
Right.
So,
as we talked about in the pregame, Hooten's actually picking the Eagles to win this ball game by 4 points total. Talked about how well Jordan played last week, and he had a tough first half last week against Greene County Tech. Some struggles here, and looking at the option plays and the triple option, it's a tricky offense to run, and it's a tricky offense to defend because you never know quite where the ball is going to go.
That's right.
But the Eagle offense has been predictable to this point so far, and it also has come to the point where even on those trickier plays, we've had trouble getting the ball off.
It's been our third down plays and our penalties.
Yeah. Penalties have been a tough one.
We've been playing a lot behind the chains or behind the sticks.
Right.
So that makes it on a play caller job that makes his job tough. So we got to clean those penalties up, and we're going to be fine. And like I said, we're gaining 5.1 yards a play. So
that's right.
Every 3 plays, we should have first down. We hold true to that.
Yeah, Alan, if you will, spit off some stats for me here. We got the whole shebang from the first half.
So the Eagles, I said we had we got 16 yards or 16 carries for 87 yards, 5.7 yards a rush, 1 for 2 in the passing game. Should be 1 for 3.
Yeah.
19 rushes for 96 yards, 96 yards is our total. 3 for 5 on third down conversions, 0 for 1 on fourth down, 1 for negative. We've got 1 sack for negative 11 yards. Greene County Tech. Pottsville, on the other hand, 30 rushing attempts for 183 yards.
Oh my goodness!
And they've
in
had
the first half.
Yeah, and they had some big plays in there. So 6.1 yards a carry. They're 1 for 2 through the air for 22 yards, giving them 32 plays for 205. 6.4 yards a carry. 4 for 7 third down conversions.
Yeah, that's big.
1 for 3 on their fourth down conversions. So
that's a big thing down here, especially that third down conversion there late in the first half that led to their touchdown, getting that third down. Guys, for those of you at home, we'd like to go ahead and take a look at our Fearless Friday high school football scoreboard. We got it live for you guys right here. Let's see what we have. have Ozark 21, Clarksville 7. I know Clarksville did not win a game last year, and so hungry for a win there, facing Ozark there in the second quarter. Whitehall leading Cross at 36-0. These are your 5A games. Nashville over to Queen so far, 7-0, and that was in the first quarter. They had a late start there and in Nashville. Farmington, one of those conference teams, playing Huntsville. It's 14-0 as of right now. As we talked about, Huntsville will be added to our conference next season. Greenbrier currently tied with Heber Springs. Jeremy Kendall, the former Vilonia Eagle, the quarterback starting there at Greenbrier. It's 14-14. Greenbrier picked by 11 by Hootens this week.
Greenbrier
but so far,
up to this
yeah,
point.
they are. Falling to BB last week, blowing an 11-point lead, didn't they?
Yeah.
You also look at other conference games around the state. Harrison 21, Siloam Springs 0. Siloam Springs, another one of those teams will play in softball, baseball, basketball next season. Mena 8, Hot Springs 6. That's a 4A school coming up, facing a 5A school and taking a lead there. Morrilton, another conference team, 37. Little Rock Fair 7. No score in the Little Rock Hall game. Parkview 7, Benton 18. Benton, a good-looking team this season. You got Maumelle down here facing Wynn in the second quarter. It's 27-0. Wynn having their way with Maumelle, another conference opponent. And as we talked about, Maumelle having their struggles. It's been a rough season so far. And Watson Chapel trailing Pine Bluff in the first quarter, still 8-7. We'll get a couple more scores here. Alma 6, Springdale 0. That's a pretty fierce rivalry there. They're playing at Alma, but it's been a good slate of high school football so far. And what we'll do here is we're going to go ahead and take you to a commercial break real quick. We'll recheck. We have about 6 minutes left at halftime, and then we'll get you out to the second half with Corey and Allen.
On behalf of the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation, we thank you for your continued support of Vilonia football. D&N Construction has always been a supporter of Vilonia athletics, and Vilonia football is no exception. On behalf of the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation, we thank you for your continued support of Vilonia football. D&N Construction has always been a supporter of Vilonia athletics, and Vilonia football is no exception. On behalf of the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation, we thank you for your continued support of Vilonia football. D&N Construction has always been a supporter of Vilonia athletics, and Vilonia football is no exception.
Hey
Let's talk
guys,
about
we
the
welcome
village.
you back here into the booth. Sorry to bring you on there with that warning. We're back in here. We want to take a second and talk to you guys about these signs that are posted around town. They say vote yes. Vote yes, our kids, our future. It's one of those deals it's a vote coming up September 19th at First Baptist Church in Vilonia, and something that us broadcasters are very passionate about. Vote yes, our kids, our future is the millage vote. It's a $28+ million project that Vilonia High School has put on to expand their high school. Vilonia built this school. I'm sorry, we flipped over the wrong camera angle. There we go. Vilonia High School was built, this high school, in the 90s. It was to accommodate for a 3A school, and now we've jumped to a 5A school, moving up into the next year, where it'll be the second largest classification in the entire state.
That's right. You know, one thing I've heard about, but you know, the talk about the kids moving in between the high school and the freshman academy, back and forth, and the weather, this and that and other. I heard a lot of talk about that, the weather.
Yeah.
But you know, one thing that surprises me is that we've not had any injuries.
Yeah.
Of kids walking through that three rows of parking there.
Yeah.
And then cross another one over to the. So it's amazing that nobody's got hurt, but that hadn't been brought up either. So,
yeah, that's another one of those big points.
Yeah. So, you know, whether you're for or against it, go vote. Let your voice be heard. Obviously, we're for, and I don't have any kids left in the school.
Right.
So, just go out and vote and let your voice be heard.
That's right, and I'll be out. I've got one more year left of high school, I guess, next year, and then I'll be gone, so I won't get to reap the benefits of this. But then again, it's such an awesome thing that's going to happen. As you said, there were quite a few wrecks in the parking lot last year. It's a very cramped parking lot space, and kids that got hit too. I mean, there were kids that got bumped into left and right over there.
My daughter was one of them.
Was she really?
Yeah.
So
says she didn't even know it.
it's one of those deals where it's something the town needs. There's not a lot of business in the town of Vilonia, and that's where the most of the schools get their money.
Yeah.
Is taxes coming off those businesses in the town. Look at Greenbrier. Greenbrier is a 6A town accommodating for a 5A school.
Right.
Vilonia is a 2A town accommodating for a 5A school. So it's a whole different perspective.
You know, I watched that feed that Dr. Stevens done, that Facebook Live thing.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that I got out of that was what a millage is worth.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't realize it was a percentage. You know, and that percentage in Vilonia is a lot less than,
yes, it is.
You know, say Greenbrier or say Conway, or even some smaller 2A schools. They said Dr. Stevens mentioned that we have the population of a 5A with the budget of a. He said 3A. I've been told 2A. So, but either way, you see the shortfall there. So somehow we've got to come up with a way to fix it.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, Alan, at first, when they first brought up the millage, to me, I said, you know what, why vote yes for that? We should have been saving our money for all these past years. And I talked to Mr. Sewell about it and brought that to him and said, hey, why haven't we been saving money? Why haven't we been preparing to expand? He told me there's no money to save for us guys. It's just it's been a hard knock life, you could say, for Vilonia High School, a district with not a lot of business in the town. And so to help these guys out, you got to ask for help every now and then. And with the school district asking our town for help, it's the biggest employer in Vilonia. The school district is our town.
The town's going to go as the school does.
Yeah.
So if our school dies, you know, that's not very good news for our little town.
No, it's not.
You know, some place that I was born and raised, lived all but, you know, the time I was gone in the service, right there in that little town. Had plenty of opportunities to move away, and can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Stuck at that small town vibe now, guys. We thank you for joining us here. We've been in the halftime show. I'm Drake Toll with Alan Wade, and we apologize for a lot of technical difficulties there in the first half. Our pregame show was very grainy, barely even got a camera on the field, and we've had, I think, 3 different live videos on YouTube, so we're trying to get everything fixed here. Last week at Greene County Tech was a little bit smoother. Last night's junior high game was as well, but then again, we're on the road here trying to plug everything in and keep it all running smoothly. It's been a long night. The Eagles trail so far 20-7. Like we said, they'll go out and vote September 19th at First Baptist. We'll get you back here to Eagle football here in 1 minute. We'll have kickoff. The Eagles are taking the field down here. Alan, last time, what do we expect to see? What are our first 5 plays? A lot of coaches like to have a first 5 plays coming into a half. What are our first 5 plays?
Ours is going to be defensively.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're going to have to come up with 3 big stops.
Yes.
Then a good punt return, and then again stay true to ourselves, and we're going to see an off tackle out to that 9 gap, that 1 gap.
Yeah. Key to the game here for the Eagles in the second half is score quick. Strike early here in the second half, get a big stop, get the ball back. No turnovers in the first half for either team. Looked like we almost had a fumble down here. Should have had a fumble down here. But no turnovers, been clean football so far. Eagles do trail by 13. We'll get you in here to a break. Get Corey Allen back with you for the play-by-play of the second half. This is Eagle football. Drake Toll, Alan Wade.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember we still are selling T-shirts at the Apache.
You're on Monday Night Football.
And we are back live for the kickoff for the second half there. Kick's going to be short by Nick Lewis, recovered by number 7, Ben Jones for the Apaches. And, Alan, we elect to go with the sky kick there.
Yeah. I guess I didn't see nothing last week on film as far as the return guys, but nevertheless, they're going to get the ball at 35. Big shout out to all the guys that couldn't come, especially the guys at Station 3. Richie, you my man, brother. And Mr. Scott Sanders, y'all stay safe tonight. Keep the city safe. Thank you for what you guys do.
Absolutely. We love our firefighters, our policemen, all of the guys in service for us 100%. I missed the play there, Alan. I'm trying to get something fixed over here on the system.
It was Bradley again running in a whole host of Eagles. Mitchell, Bolin, all over there to make the tackle, and got a 1-yard gain.
So Pottsville back with that dead T set again. They're trying to run the option here out of that, and the Eagle defense came to play here in the second half, Alan. Tackle's going to be made by number 1, Tristan Milligan, but my goodness.
That linebacker blew up that B gap. You ain't coming through this spot.
You like seeing the aggressiveness by the defense here early in the second half.
It's going to lose yardage on that play.
Alan, stay with this play here for a second. I'm going to try to get something imported.
We're going to get the wing team with Twins up top. And he just overthrows it. It's that seam route again that we've got to defend. There's some kind of miscommunication there. But nevertheless, overthrown, incomplete. Eagles do what we need to do. We get a 3 and out, and we get the ball back here with 10:45 left in the third.
Back to punt for the Apaches is number 40, Emiliano Torres. Back deep.
You got Bolin back deep here. Mitchell split out to the near side.
Hey, I look down, and the minute I look back up, I see Pottsville actually having to punt.
Yes.
And maybe I need to look down more often as Bolin wisely just gets out of the way of that.
And we got late flags here. I didn't see what happened, but 2 officials threw the flags here back in the middle of the field.
And at the spot of the flags, there's 1 Eagle and 3 Apaches. So the numbers would tell you who it should go against. We'll see. You know, I mean, they're already pointing at Vilonia. We knew where the penalty was going to go.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the receiving team. That'll be 15 yards from the spot of the end of the play. First and 10.
So unnecessary roughness on one of your Eagle players is the call. And, Alan, I was watching the ball and trying to talk about Bolin getting out of the way of it when the flags even came out, so I don't know exactly what happened.
I didn't see it either.
But add to the list of things I do not like about this officiating crew.
Where are they spotting that at the 11?
They're I don't know. They're still going backwards. I can't see the football at the moment. Lighting not the best here at Apache Stadium, especially when you get close to the end zones. A little bit of shadow down there. First and 10 for the Eagles. Give is going to be to Duff. Now, is that Duff?
Yeah.
Okay. Duff with an excellent run there on first down.
He's got something to prove here.
He does have something to prove here. He's all the way out to the 37-yard line.
Maybe he wants to name the Beast.
He got word that you were giving Rocha that name last week, huh?
I guess. Well, nifty move there. Once he broke past that second level, he gave a little shimmy shake right there. Little jump, little leap over. Good run, Mr. Duff.
There's the pitch to Rocha. He's coming around the left side. Breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle.
Flag. We got a flag. That you would think that'd be a holding out here on one of our receivers. But that was a nice 10-yard gain there by Rocha.
Side judge that spots the ball signals that it's going to be a first down, but we'll wait for the mark-off. Of course, holding against the Eagles, anytime we get anything positive going, there seems to be a negative to go along with it. So they're going to mark a 10-yard mark-off there from the 36-yard line. Spot of the foul.
Holding from the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat the down.
So we're going to replay first down First and about 15 for your Eagles.
Again, we can't be playing behind the sticks.
And, that's a great run by Duff, just like we said earlier. He came out here with something to prove. There's going to be the quick pass out to Wirtz. Wirtz looking to get upfield. Stiff arms the first tackler, lowers his shoulders and runs over the second tackler. Excellent catch and run there by the senior Tyson Wirtz, Allen.
And that is the kind of short passing plays that we need to get Britton into his rhythm. And essentially that's just a big run play right there. And let's utilize those outside weapons and let's find where the numbers favor us offensively and let's go attack that area.
So Eagles electing to go with twin receivers on one side and a single to the other as they throw the screen out to Kuntz again. Kuntz is going to stiff arm the defender and get a few extra yards before he's pushed out of bounds near the 43-yard line. It's going to be enough for an Eagle first down. And same play back-to-back, different sides, different receiver, same result.
Playing the numbers game. When you look out here, this would be the field, the boundary this time, since the ball's on this left hash closest to us. This is a field we got one-on-one. We got a cornerback here, right here, so that number favors us.
Gibbs going to be to Duff over right tackle. He's got a lot of running room. Allen, if he breaks that tackle, you've got Kuntz out there with an outstanding block up the field. If he breaks out of that one, I think he could have went.
Yes. Great job there by was that Wirtz or was that Kuntz up there that time?
That was Kuntz with the block that time.
Yeah, the great job. Those are the kind of little things that make a team go.
Eagles back to their standard two-receiver veer set. Gibbs going to be straight ahead to Rocha and Allen. The quick outside passing game and the off-tackle running. Look what's happened. Opens up the middle of the field. Right. And, hey, all the credit in the world to the Eagle play callers right now as they have the Pottsville defense completely out of sorts. Matter of fact, they're going to use one of those timeouts. D coordinator's not even going to wait for him to come to the sideline. He's going out to see him.
Yeah.
Allen, I love the intensity both defensively and offensively by the Eagles to start the second half.
I do too. That coaches went in, did a little tuning up, whether it be mentally, physically, emotionally. Somehow they made the adjustments that we needed to make that we're seeing here. We're getting the results here in the second half.
That's 100% correct, Allen. I'm going to take this opportunity to roll another one of our commercials from our sponsors here briefly. So this will be the Roller Foundation.
Charlie Roller was an outstanding athlete at Vilonia, and he truly exemplified what it meant to be a Vilonia Eagle. On behalf of the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation, we would like to say thank you to the Friends of Charlie for their continued support of the Charlie Roller Classic. This event has allowed ongoing support to many sporting events and activities throughout the Vilonia School District.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are back. And that was a message from one of our sponsors, the Charlie Roller Foundation. Eagles come back out in their standard veer set. They're going to go with a quick pass out to Wirtz. Tackler comes mid. So let me process all that for a moment. Kuntz had the block. Right. Gets off the first block. Tackler misses, but Wirtz unable to really get anything going. Another tackler there to come up and make the stop. But again, as you were saying before I cut you off there to run the commercial, I like what we're seeing out of spread them out and make them cover the whole field rather than just everything on the inside.
Exactly. Because now it's a numbers game. Just check now this side. Now this time this is what they call the boundary coming to us because it's the wide side, or the field because it's the wide side.
They're going to catch that false start for sure.
Yeah. Excuse me, this side being the field side, the short side always being the boundary.
So our tackle jumps just a little bit soon there.
So what kind of plays we could look at getting 80 here open over here with this 1-to-1 is any kind of if his cornerback is set up to the outside of him, working any route back to the middle of the field would get him open, and we got a numbers game there.
I'd like to see him run the seam route there too to help spring him and occupy the safety.
Right.
Rocha on the carry. And he is still bouncing off and carrying tacklers. Pottsville having a lot of trouble bringing down any of the Eagle backs right now.
I tell you what, they fixing to make the beast mad. That's what's fixing to happen.
Are you saying they've awoken the beast? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That's what's about to happen, my friend.
So Eagles doing a good job switching up formation, switching up play calling, going with a little run, a little quick out pass. I really like what I'm seeing out of the Eagles at the moment, Alan. Going back to the 3 wides, 2 backs. Gibbs going to be to Morris, and he has plenty of running room around the left side. Breaks out of a tackle and gains another couple yards before he's brought down near the 20-yard line.
And fortunate for the Apaches there that he got turned around because he had a gaping gap.
Oh, definitely. The way he was hit and spun out of that tackle, lucky for them, he spun right back into more tacklers, or else he was gone.
Yes.
So the Eagles continue to march the ball down the field with 7 minutes and 47 seconds here to play in the third quarter. Going to go with an option play here. Gibbs going to be straight ahead to Morris. He's going to get about 7-8 yards on that run, so good little tough up inside running. And, Alan, again, the ability of us to get the ball out wide very quickly has opened up the middle of that Apache defense. And I'm starting to see some guys with some hands on some hips and some shoulder pads going up and down rather heavily, like they may be breathing a little bit hard right now.
That's right. We need to keep the Apache defense out there for a little bit like they did to us in that first
Gibbs
half.
going to be to Duff, the first man through. He's going to pick up the first down and more. Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal somewhere around the 6-yard line, it looks like. I am having tremendous difficulty seeing, with the difficulty in the lighting near the end zones and then the painted on hash marks on natural grass, I'm struggling right now. Gives to Duff, and he's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, V-Town!
Hey, I'd like to give the offensive line credit for that drive right there. There was some gaping gaps there that made the running backs' jobs easy.
You know, I'm going to have to ask the coaches
offensive line
what that play is called, because I don't know the actual name of it, but I like it. So basically it's going to be a fake handoff to the backs are going to crisscross in the backfield. So you're going to fake to one back going off tackle one way, turn around, give to the back going off the other tackle. Right. And you are exactly right. You could have drove a Mack truck through that hole that time. Lewis on for the point after. Kick is up. Ooh. And this one's going to be no good. Wide left, I do believe.
I think he felt a little bit of pressure right there. Apaches got through.
Yep, crashed down there on the edges a little bit. He may have short-legged it, anticipating some contact. Either way, Eagles are going to trail by 7 here, 20-13 in the third quarter with 6 minutes and 53 seconds left to play. We're going to use this opportunity to roll our D&N Construction commercial, as we would like to thank them for their generous sponsorship.
On behalf of the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation, we thank you for your continued support of Vilonia football.
2, 1, and I don't.
D&N Construction has always been a supporter of Vilonia athletics, and Vilonia football is no exception. On behalf of the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation, we thank you for your continued support of Vilonia football.
1, and we are.
D&N Construction has always been a supporter of Vilonia athletics,
clear out that
and Vilonia football
I apologize for that,
is no
the
exception.
construction commercial. There we go. We're back live with you here as the Eagles have just scored a touchdown to bring the score to 20-13. And Allen,
we're gonna have to go for 2 to get that extra point back, because when we score again, then we're gonna be tied.
Yeah, forget about that. Let's just get a couple of defensive stops and go up by 7. Not worry about that. No, let's not ever chase that 1 point.
Well, so if we tie it up here in the third quarter, I agree.
Okay,
just go.
There's nothing I hate more than chasing that 1 point.
Yeah,
because if you don't get it back the first try, then you feel obligated to chase it and chase it and chase it. So high kick's going to be fielded short there by the Apache receiver. He's going to be upfield. Looks like we're going to have a tackle by number 42.
Number 8.
Clay Kellett and number 10, Cody Simpson, on the tackle after the short return there.
Number 42, Clay Kellett. First and 10 for the Apaches at their own.
That was a 15-yard return. That's a pretty good little return for
So
him.
apparently I did not get our mics taken out during the commercial, so I don't think we said anything bad, but if we did, I apologize. I'll make sure I get our mics turned off the next time we roll a commercial. Apologize for that.
You got to get on your clicking business.
Man, I got a lot going on, trying to call a game, trying to run the Wirecast system.
Oh,
Quarterback hitting the backfield.
Kellett
Milligan tries to make the tackle there. Ultimately, he's going to be brought down by number 99, Corey Clements, on the tackle. He was hit by both Clay Kellett and Tristan Milligan.
And you know what made that play, don't you? That's Kellett blowing it up.
Yeah.
Up that A gap right there. Good job to Kellett. You know, ultimately you didn't make the tackle, but he definitely affected that play.
Clay Kellett doing a great job coming from that inside linebacker position and really blowing up the A gap, getting in there, disrupting the timing of those option plays. Here we go with the option again. Quarterback's going to pitch it a lot sooner this time, and that's going to be Bolin coming up and making the tackle on the running back Bradley. Excellent pursuit and tackle by Colton Bolin there.
Yeah, the only thing that bothers me about that is that we're not using our linebackers or our end for that pitch man and filling with our linebackers. Therefore, it's taking our safety so much longer to get over there.
Right.
And that's why they're getting the 5 yards.
Right. I see what you're saying, Al. I'm going to try to – one of us needs to try to focus on our ends and see exactly what they're doing. They may be preoccupied with a block. They're definitely so the end setting up inside the tight end. You got an outside linebacker effectively playing the defensive end spot. Quarterback rolls, throws. They're going to say incomplete pass. Amazingly, we get one call to go our way tonight. So incomplete pass is going to bring up 4th and 7. So what I was saying, Alan, is our defensive end is actually lining up inside the tight end. So
Okay.
he would be basically, his job looks like he's clogging that. I guess you'd call it the C gap.
Yeah, off tackle play.
So
yeah.
he's trying to clog up that off tackle play, and then we've got an outside linebacker coming down and effectively being it. So what we're seeing is a 6-man front.
Right.
So you have 4 linemen. Your 2 outside backers are coming down, basically playing the end spots. 2 middle backers are playing really tight to the line here.
Right. And to be
Well, this
fair,
is the
I
punt
didn't see
formation, so I'm not even really paying attention, trying to talk about what's going on. So there's the punt. Milligan back deep. He's going to actually come up and field it with some room to run. Good. And he's going to make a great return out over the 45-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 46. I think he was at least to the 47, 48, but give him the 46. Initially looked like he was just going to let it bounce, and Pottsville down the ball comes running up late with the sneaky return, I guess we'll call it.
Yeah. And give credit to number 45. He had an awesome peel black block.
45 for your Eagles?
Yes.
Jaden Wimberly with the block there on that play.
Good job, Wimberly, on that peel back block.
So the Eagles, after the defensive stop, have the ball at their own 46-yard line, trailing by a score of 20-13. Option play. Britton's already decided to keep. He had a pitch man out there and nobody to take him.
I think
gave
that
up on the play a little bit too soon, I felt like.
Well, I think he made the right play. We was getting too close to that boundary, and they had 2 guys out on that boundary. At that point, don't risk the toss. Cut it upfield. Get what you get. We got 5 yards out of that play.
So a good play, whether I thought it was or not.
So a little bit of, we didn't see much of this alignment either in the first half. This veer set with twins on the top and a single split either.
No, you're right, Alan. This is where we've actually been using it for exactly what you saw there, which is our little quick out plays.
Yeah. Now look, we got to be careful right there. I know there's a pre-snap penalty there, but I'm right on the 50-yard line where they're at. That was a backwards pass, so we got to be careful that we make that catch, and if we don't, we get on it because that's a fumble.
Absolutely correct. If we don't make that catch, somebody's got to make sure they cover it up.
And they're starting to read that. Pottsville broke pretty well on that play, so maybe we need to run a fake out of that.
I agree. Morris with the run. He is up into the third level, loses the ball, and Pottsville is going to recover. Morris with an excellent run. He was going to have more than enough yards for first down, and the ball's just stripped out of his hand.
It was, and, you know, you can't really blame him. He's fighting for yards there. He had 2 hands on it.
Yeah, that's going to be 5 Spencer Bradley on the recovery. I think he also stripped the ball there after the big run by Morris. So Pottsville's going to take over just outside their own 40-yard line here. And 4 minutes and 37 seconds left to play in the third quarter. And, Allen, when we've got a good ball game, Eagles playing really well here in the second half. Just need to keep it up. Don't let that affect us because we've owned both sides of the ball here lately.
So expect a draw play here.
Yep, you're exactly right. Good call there. Tackle's going to be made by number 20, Todd Gibson. Not before he's able to gain about 8 yards. So going to bring up a 2nd and 2 at the Apache 49-yard line. Allen, I think you probably saw that formation during your film study.
I did. They lined up in it one time. No, it takes that back. They lined up in it twice. They threw a pass out of it, and they ran the draw play out of it. So here again, we're going to run right here at this motion.
That's going to be off tackle, and it's going to be a big gain for the Apaches. Sidestepping tacklers. That's a good block there on Bolin. He's going to go.
That was a good run.
I mean, Allen, I really don't know what else to say about that other than he kind of made our defensive secondary look silly there. He just was kind of zigzagging in and out of us.
He did. Good run by Mr. England there.
No knock against those guys. I mean, they had pursuit on the ball, but every time they thought they had him, he just sidestepped them.
Yeah, and he picked up a block late there about the 10-yard line that also was a big help for him.
Yeah, I think Bolin had an angle on him there until the block came. Bolin didn't see the block coming, and nothing he could do about it once he was hit. It was clean. Nothing he could do. That's really what sprung him for the touchdown. Point after kick is up, and it's going to be good. Eagles are going to trail 27-13 here with 3 minutes and 41 seconds left to play in the third quarter. So, Allen, how do you regroup here? I mean, up until that point right there, you had owned both sides of the ball in the second half. We were making good offensive progress when we fumbled the football. The thing you can't do is let one mistake turn into a complete letdown.
Right. So as a coach, he's got them huddled up over there right now. He's telling them, this is a totally winnable game. Get focused. Let's make one play at a time, and good things are going to happen.
So you're going to have Bolin, Duff, and Mitchell deep to receive. Eagles looks like they're set up for an onside kick, maybe. Apache's going to go with the sky kick. It's going to go deep to Bolin. He's going to have plenty of room to get his return set up and blockers. Chooses to go around the right side, makes the first tackler miss. He's going to be hit low and then also from behind at the 35-yard line. So good return from Bolin. Eagles are going to set up shop at their own 35-yard line with a 1st and 10. And Allen, I think we really need to get something. Not get something going. We need to cash one in this time.
We've had something going this whole game, and that's the point. We've not cashed it in. We've moved the ball very effectively against them all night. Penalty, fumble. It's the little things that are getting us at this point.
So Eagles are going to go with that our split back set, 2 receivers to the top of your screen, 1 to the near side. See what they want to do out of this. Looks like it's going to be a quick slant to Wirtz. Makes the first tackler miss, and he's going to be tackled by 2 Apaches, 40 and 18 there. But Wirtz, give him credit for making that first tackler miss and getting extra yardage. Actually enough for the first down there.
That was a good little pass and catch. Something short. Let's get Britton confidence, and let's go.
So I'm looking down these scores here. I know y'all covered some of them earlier, but one of note that the Eagle
Another ball on the ground. Ball on the ground. I think Pottsville's got it.
That's going to be absolutely unfortunate if the ball does go back to Pottsville here.
Britton was pulling it out of Roca's belly, and
signal's going to go to the Eagles. So apparently Rocha able to recover down there on the bottom of the pile. Maybe Britton. I couldn't see who got up, but either way, they're going to give the ball back to the Eagles. Pottsville fans not happy.
Who knows what goes on at the bottom of that huddle?
That's right. Some Eagles maybe with some words for one another there in the huddle. A voice of reason finally comes in and gets that straightened up a little bit. Now there's going to be a flag.
We do have a flag on the play.
We'll await to see what the signal is.
That can't be good coming from where that flag come from for us.
No, they're going to send Britton to the sideline.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. 15-yard penalty.
So, unsportsmanlike conduct. Britton goes off. He's taking a little bit of a chewing by the coaching staff over there. Not exactly sure what went on, but you're going to have number 8 come on, Kyle Vines, the sophomore quarterback. 15-yard mark off against the Eagles, going to bring up 2nd down and 26 from their own 30-yard line. And Allen, as well as it was going early on, the wheels have come completely off now here with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
And we got motion.
We've got motion in the backfield there, yeah. So
back us up another 5.
Allen, I hate to be Debbie Downer here, but my goodness.
We need to call a timeout and regroup.
I would say a timeout would be well warranted at this point. I have no idea how far backwards we're going to go before somebody does something to get the ship righted.
I got 2nd and 30. So
Allen has 2nd and 30. The board shows 2nd and 31. Either way, it's 2nd and halfway back to V-Town for your Eagles. Vines is going to get the snap or
fumble.
not get the snap. Ball's on the ground. All the Apaches say they have it, and yes, the referees say they have it. And Allen, I mean, how do you not call that timeout there? I mean, we foreshadowed it. I hate to be that way, but you got a brand new quarterback out there who has not taken a varsity snap in the sophomore Vines. Nothing going your way at the moment, and why not take the timeout and try to regroup?
The coaching staff knows their team better than we do. So let's put our faith in them. They're our leaders. Let's go with them. So
I agree with that wholeheartedly, and don't take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get an idea of what's in the what are we seeing in the coaches' minds over there.
Yeah, and another late pitch. Good fill in there. I can't. You said Spotter's calling Duff on the tackle.
I don't see Duff out there on the field right now.
No, that PA called Duff or excuse me, Bolin.
I'm with you. So Bolin on the tackle for the Eagles, and back to what I was saying. You're exactly right. Coaching staff knows the players better than you do.
Yeah.
Just like a good opportunity to kind of calm everybody down there for a minute.
You would think so, but.
So there goes the pitch out to the right.
Good.
Gibson's going to make the tackle. He had a partner in crime there on that tackle. Who's that going to be? 54.
Down by number 54.
Christian Gardner with the assist.
No gain. 3rd and 8.
So good pursuit by our defense. They now we're at that 3rd and long. Well, they just ran the option play, so maybe something off that A gap is what we can see. They're coming out in that wing T, 1 by 1, in motion. So what we seen out of that before was down the seam. So yeah, and it's wide open again.
That's going to be 6 for Pottsville, and Allen, a complete and utter meltdown here in the last 3 minutes for the Eagles. I mean, we had everything going our way early in this quarter, and it wasn't terrible up until just in the last minute, really.
Yeah, 2 fumbles led to 14 points. So, coaching staff got an uphill battle here, getting their guys back in, getting back in their head and getting them into it.
So that's gonna bring the score to 33-13. Apaches go with a swing and gate play to try to convert for 2, and it's going to be no good. Eagles sniffed it out, covered it up well. You know, Pottsville set up in that little swing and gate formation every time.
They do.
And then they usually come over and kick the point after. For some reason, the read there was for them to go ahead and try to get the 2. Thank goodness the Eagles were on top of it. Score's going to be 33-13 now as your Eagles trail by 20 with 38 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Alan, which quarterback you think we're going to see here?
You know, if Coach Young's big on character. So I don't know what was said down there, but it was obviously something bad enough that he pulled him off the field. So maybe that's one of these little life lessons we're going to teach. And, you know, that's what sports is all about anyways, teaching life lessons to youth.
Getting reports, Alan, that there may have been words between Britton and the official on the field, and you definitely can't do that.
No.
So penalty well warranted there if that's truly the case. That's coming to me from a reputable source. So, you know, let the emotions get the best of him. We see the sky kick there. It's going to be fair catch called for and made by number 21, Dylan Fulmer. Britton just let the emotions get the best of him there for a second. It's a game of aggression and a game of, you know, of ups and downs. And
yeah, and that's something that you just simply can't allow. And I know Mr. Britton's only his second start, so he's gonna learn as this season goes through. So we're going to
answer
your question. We're going to have the young sophomore back out there.
Yeah, it's going to be Kyle Vines trotting out under center for the Eagles. See if he can get something going. You remember his first snap of his varsity career, it never really made it to his hand. So hope for a better outcome there as we see a little bit of emotion in the backfield early. False start's going to be called. You see the senior Rocha stepping up and giving Vine some words of encouragement, letting him know, hey, we're going to need to run the play on this cadence. This is what we're used to seeing. This is the timing of that play. So
and you know, that's always the thing. You input a new quarterback. He's got a different rhythm, different tone, and players are used to hearing one rhythm.
So that one's going to get off clean. The give's going to be to Rocha straight ahead. He's going to pick up about 5 before he's tackled by several of the Pottsville Apaches.
Isaiah Roca on the carry.
So that's going to set the Eagles up 2nd and 11 from their own 34-yard line. Give's going to be to Mitchell. First time we've seen him in the backfield tonight. He's going to go off right tackle there for a gain of about 4 yards.
He had me faked out. I thought the quarterback was dropping back for a pass, so he ran that fake fairly well. I never even seen Mitchell get the ball.
You know, the sophomore Vine's actually doing a really good job there with his handwork and his footwork. Alan, we're going to get ready to roll that Charlie Roller commercial again, and then we'll hit the DNN Construction commercial again here at some point before the game's over with. It is the end of the third quarter. We're going to try not to talk underneath it this time and give a little bit of credit to our sponsors, and we're ready to roll that commercial.
Roller was an outstanding athlete at Vilonia, and he truly exemplified what it meant to be a Vilonia Eagle. On behalf of the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation, we would like to say thank you to the Friends of Charlie for their continued support of the Charlie Roller Classic. This event has allowed ongoing support to many sporting events and activities throughout the Vilonia School District.
And we are back from the Roller Foundation commercial there. Hopefully we got it going right that time. Appreciate them with their generous donation to the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation to help us purchase some of this equipment that we use for the broadcast. Movement up front by the Apache defense. And the initial signal is that it's going to go against Pottsville. Their players are trying to point at us like we were baiting them into jumping off sides. Hopefully the Markoff's going to go ahead and go the way we need it to right here.
We certainly could use a break.
On the defense, 5-yard penalty.
Encroachment is the call, so 5-yard penalty is going to remain third down. Should bring up third and about 2 for the Eagles here at their own 43-yard line.
It's going to make a much more manageable third down.
Sophomore Vines has the ball. He's going to run the option. The pitch is going to go to Mitchell, but again, Alan, as deep, I said it earlier, as deep as the pitch man is for us, if he doesn't get it in the space, he really has not a lot of opportunity. He's going to have to run 5 yards to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Right. Well, and Vines didn't draw the defender to him either. Vines pitched that fairly quick. So
Eagles going to take the timeout here. Alan, go ahead with what you're saying there about Vines pitching that a little bit quick. I understand what you're saying. Maybe explain that to the audience at home.
Yeah, so he's got to make that defender make a decision. And with him pitching it that early, the decision's real easy. Go to the ball. So you're trying to put that defender in a predicament where he's got to make a choice. Once that defender makes the choice, then we keep and move upfield or pitch and go upfield.
Well, you know, the contrast that we have here immediately tonight is the way Pottsville runs their option, and their quarterback holds on to it a whole lot longer than Vines did there.
Right.
But also what I'm seeing is at the point they're pitching, and as far as that got strung out, their back's going to be even with the quarterback or actually maybe in front of him, because some of those, you know, we're looking at them saying that might be an illegal forward pass.
Right.
I'm sure it's a difference in philosophy. I just wanted to, I wanted to point out I'm definitely seeing a difference here in,
in the option play.
Yeah.
And you're right. The running back probably should be a little more towards the boundary and not so much vertically behind him when that's made, and Mitchell that time was behind him quite some way. So
well, and you see us run it that way over and over. So that is apparently exactly the way the coaches want us to run it. So, I mean, there's definitely something I don't understand there.
And we had movement on the line.
Yeah, going to be another false start against the Eagles. It's going to mark it off a 5-yard. That's good. Yeah, is that a 5 or a 10? I've lost my mind here for a minute. It's going to be a 5-yard mark off. So should bring up fourth down and about. It's going to be close to 10, maybe just a little bit more. So
and we're going to bring out the punt team now.
So Britton's actually going to come on to punt here for the Eagles. He's got off a couple of good ones here so far in the game. You know, you hate to see him out there having to punt, but at least you got faith in it being a good punt when he gets it off.
Got people still coming on the field. We got 5 seconds left on the.
That ball is going to be off the side of the foot and out of bounds. Official's going to be very generous. No, he's going to walk it back up. I thought he was going to be super generous with the spot there. That's pretty close to where I thought it crossed the boundary line. So Pottsville's going to have the ball at their own 48.
Another good starting position.
Yeah, Eagles need a stop here defensively. I mean, we need something good to happen. We're looking for anything good, get a spark. I mean, at one point, our crowd was in it. They were fired up. The sideline was fired up. The guys were playing with intensity.
Could do no wrong.
Yeah, and then how quickly you get deflated.
All right.
Hope for something a little bit more positive to come out of this drive.
Blowing up.
It's not looking good on the first run. You see Zeke Bell with the tackle there, but – you know, Allen, he's going to gain 18 yards on that run or close to it.
They had me fooled on it because I thought they were running the option play. But they snuck England up through that B gap. We blitzed the A gap real hard.
Allen, we're having some difficulties with our picture here. I'm gonna step away and try to get this clear up with Drake. If you'll stay on the action there, I'm pretty sure our audio.
Good job blitzing the A gap.
That's Clay Kellett, Allen.
Clay Kellett timed that perfectly and gave Pottsville's quarterback no time to even hand off the ball. That was a good read.
I am actually going to step away from the headset here and try to – me and Drake are going to try to figure this out. If you'll stay on the action there, it'll be great. Because I'm pretty sure the audio is going out, just not the video.
Okay. So it's going to be second and call it 12 for Pottsville. So we are stepping in the right direction. And again,
We didn't do anything to make it free.
James in on that tackle. Again, the defense coming out and getting back to the way they started this half.
Moves the ball up to the 35.
It's going to bring up third down and 11 for Pottsville. And you got to think that in this area of the field, we're going to have to stop them on third down and fourth down. So they're going to come out in their wing tee with twins to the near side in motion. So what we've seen out of this in past, Pottsville's going to call a timeout. But what we've seen out of them earlier in the game with that is a pass play. So they're going to try to get the 10 yards here. Apologize for the pitcher not coming through. We're trying to figure out what is going on. Pottsville calls timeout and got their men huddled on their sideline. Vilonia's over there as well, getting coached out. So, again, we got 9:44 left here in the fourth quarter. Pottsville leads at 33-13. And they got a third down and 11.
No. That's
so,
USB module. Driver update has the latest driver.
Just some scores are from around the state here. 5A looking at Wynn on top of Maumelle, 33-7.
Sorry, Alan, I took
and my scores have went away. Nonetheless, now timeout's over. Pottsville's in the huddle, and Eagle defense set up, ready to go. And Pottsville's going to come back out in a single back set, two tight end split, twin split to the near side. Quarterback drops the pass. We're getting some pressure on him, and he's scrambling out to the top side. One Eagle misses, and he is going to be close to getting a first down. I couldn't see who made the tackle, but they are marketing. I can't tell what the official's saying over there. They're calling it fourth down and less than a yard. So a good scramble there by Stevens. And again, I apologize. I couldn't tell the Eagles on the defense.
We have 70 viewers. I need to charge you real quick for $2. I'm going to go ahead and get it, if you will.
And a big hole again for Bradley. And he's gonna rumble in. There is a flag on the play. It looks like it's going to be a face mask against the Eagles. That was Bradley, Pottsville's big running back. That's his 20th carry on the night. Got the officials huddled up on this near sideline talking about it. And if it stands, Eagles are going to fall 39-13. And you guys may be seeing my best Schaefer move. And looks like the score is going to hold up. So it was a face mask against the Eagles, Mitchell, and the penalty is going to be assessed on the kickoff. So Apache's lining up to go for the extra point here. And then it kicks up, and it is good. And again, another penalty flag coming out, and the spotter's telling me it's going to be a hold. And I am seeing the Whitecap motioning hold and asking the Vilonia coaches what they would like to do. So, as the officials get it all sorted out, and we are going to accept a penalty and push them back 5 yards and make them repeat the try.
10-yard penalty. Repeat the try.
Thank you for buying the
Okay.
driver update. Download your copy of driver update.
So, Mama, don't be mad at me, but Corey got my credit card out of my backpack here and been buying something online over here. I don't know what he's got going on. I think he's on eBay getting his mama a new stove or something. So now the kick is up again for Pottsville, and it is good.
Pottsville 40.
So Pottsville's going to go on top to the count of 40-13. And the Eagles,
And then online to go to the Apache program.
at this point, we're just going here with 9:23 left in the ball game. You guys can see that. Trying to get you a picture. They'll get lined up with 2 up back, and the effort is still there from your Eagles.
Down by number 8, Connor Cole.
Alan, I'm going to hop back on here with
Good.
you. Save you for a minute. I know that's tough talking by yourself.
Well, the talking is not bad. It's the talking, trying to score, and trying to watch.
I totally understand all that. Having to run a little bit of an update here on our video capture device, I'll call it, for lack of a better term. Britton's back on at quarterback. He's gonna have a good run around the outside there.
And get out of there. You go.
Good job by the quarterback there. He comes up and fakes like he's going to throw that little slant pass.
And he didn't like something that he was seeing there. I don't know. I didn't see exactly what he was seeing.
Takes off. He had the pitch man there. He elects not to pitch, and it was a good call. He runs for the first down easily.
Right. Up to the 47. That's going to be a 16-yard pickup there for Brett.
So 1st and 10 from the Apache 47-yard line, Alan said. I'm going to have to – I'm being reminded over here that I'm going to have to call this more like radio since we don't have any video at the moment, and that's absolutely correct. So Britton's going to try to option on the left side. The pitch is to Rocha. Breaks the first tackle. He's running around the left side. He's up over the 40 down to the 38-yard line where he's going to be stopped about a yard shy of the first down. Good hard run by the senior Rocha.
And Rocha made a good first move to make that first person miss. But what you didn't see is that Duff out there 5-7 yards down the field blocking that cornerback to give him them extra 5 yards.
That's absolutely correct. So the Eagles coming out here with a little bit of firepower in the fourth quarter. Give's going to be to Duff. He runs off right tackle. He's up over the 35-yard line down to the 34 is where he's going to be marked down. That's plenty for a first down. Eagles are going to set up 1st and 10 at the Apache 34-yard line. Alan, I apologize. I'm back and forth here between the computer screen trying to get this all set up. Britton under center, midline. The give's going to be to Rocha straight ahead, and he is just dragging Apache defenders. Actually, one of them's going to come up and hit him and push him forward, give him extra yardage. Yeah. I think he's going to have enough for a first down after the assist by the Apache defender. Run's going to go down near the 22-yard line, and they are going to give the first down to the Eagles there. 1st and 10 from the Apache 22. That is the 22. They've got the 27 up on the board. It freaked me out there for just a minute. Ball's on the ground. One of the Eagle players falls on it. It's going to be 65 with a recovery there, maybe.
You know, that's been a killer for us tonight.
Britton up under center again as the Eagles try to go quick. He's going to keep the ball around the right side on the option. Elects not to pitch, takes it himself. He's down over the 15-yard line, down nearly to the 14-yard line. So that's going to be about a, 8-yard run, 7-8-yard run there on 2nd down. Allen's going to bring up a 3rd and a long 2. They're calling it 3 up on the board. They're saying we're at the 15. We're just inside the 15-yard line.
You know, Britt's running with a little bit of attitude there.
He is. Eagles up to the line. I thought they were going to come up there quickly. Then a little bit of confusion. Britton want to make sure he gets everything going. Pitches to the left to Duff. He gets around the left end. And Allen, if I can't read the number, the Apache tackler does not make it, I think he goes.
Yeah.
Either way, the run's good enough for a first down.
You know, initially I was wanting to see him cut that up after he made that first guy miss. But then I seen the hole that Duff was seeing there, which was a good choice.
Alan, I'm going to look over here at the computer screen again. If you can stay with the action.
Run's
going to be right up the middle. I don't have the running back. Michael Morris is the ball carrier straight ahead. He's going to pick up about 5 yards on the run. It's going to bring up second, and they're actually going to say 2nd and 7. There's no way.
Wrong.
2nd and 5 for the Eagles inside the 10-yard line there, down nearly to the 6. Gibbs going to be to Michael Morris straight ahead. He's going to pick up a couple stacked up by the Pottsville Apache defenders in the middle.
He's going to be close to a first down with that run. Again, we're doing what we need to do between the 20s. We're doing everything that we need to do between the 20s offensively.
Alan, we're down to the 3-yard line. They're going to call for a stoppage of play and bring out the chains for a measurement to see if the Eagles attained a first down or not. So 6 minutes and 24 seconds left to play. Your Eagles trail by the score of actually 40-13. I'm going to correct that on our scoreboard here real quick. A lot of things going on at the moment. Still trying to get the video corrected, and we're having some difficulties with that. Drake, I'm going to let you take this mic for a second. If you want to come around to my left, I'm going to work on the computer here.
Well, there we go. We got first down at
it'll be inside the 5 there, Alan.
Are we? It's so dark out here that I can't tell.
That's grass field. Hard to tell where we are. Inside the 5. Looks like the 3-yard line we're down on.
Okay.
Britton's going to keep. He'll be brought down short of the goal line. He nearly met. No, they're going to call it in. That's a touchdown. V-Town right there. That'll make your score Vilonia 19, the Apaches 40. Now, Alan, that short run there, Britton sticks it in. You think we go onside kick here?
That was it. Fixing me my exact question to you. So, in my eyes, yes.
Yeah.
I want the ball back.
Got to take that chance. You do.
But Coach Young, knowing his team and how well they can execute that, looks like we're going to line up for 2 here.
Yep.
In the veer set with 1-by-1. Ball's going to be handed off to Rocha off the far side.
He didn't make it in there. Brought down there just short of the goal line. That'll make your score Eagles still 19. The Apaches 40 with 6:13 to go in the fourth quarter. Once again, Alan, we need to get the ball back right here. Look for an onside kick for the Eagles.
You got to think so. Down 21 with 6:14. That's a big mountain to climb.
Yes, it is.
So we have no time for the Apaches to have the ball.
Hopefully channel some of that junior high magic. I know the junior high team has a lot of success with that onside kick here.
I'm sorry. My sister was waving at me down there. I missed what you said. I'm fixing it. Pam, quit getting me in trouble up here. Pam and my little niece down there watching the ball game, and sadly to say that they're dressed in black and
they're Apache fans, aren't they?
What you call that gold color, but it's a gold color. So her kid's going to school here at Pottsville.
Here comes the hands team out for the Eagles to kick the football. Most likely to see Nick Lewis to kick. The Apaches, you can see they're ready for the onside kick. They anticipate it coming. They have looks like 9 men that are playing in the up position, anticipating the short kick.
9 men within a 10-yard span there. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my dial up and saying that they're not going to receive the ball past the 40.
No, there's no way here. Lewis set to kick. Could be a pooch here. It'll be interesting to see what happens. And looks like it is a pooch. That's a pretty nice kick right there, but Pottsville's able to recover there at the 48-yard line. With 6:13 to go, you got to think the Eagles got to get a quick stop here, but Pottsville will try to run this clock out. 6:13, as we said. 40-19, your Eagles trail thus far here in the fourth quarter.
And you know what? That was a good kick by Lewis.
Yeah, it was.
We just didn't get that bounce late.
Right.
That was the only thing missing from that right there was that late bounce.
Yep.
He had the right spin on it. Just did not kick up. Pottsville was right in his belly. Otherwise, that's a 50-50 ball there. You get that up in the air.
Yeah, it is. Pottsville take over at the 48-yard line. Once again, we apologize for our technical difficulties, treating it like a radio broadcast here without our video feed. Had to update the computer. A lot of technical difficulties tonight, but we're fighting through them with our awesome system here. Thanks you to the Vilonia Football Foundation for what we have. Quarterback takes the ball for Pottsville, hands off to the near side. That running back will gain about 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd down and 6. He's brought down by a horde of Eagles. Number 41 leading the way. That's Caden Bartlett. 33, Devin James also in there.
All right, guys, I'm gonna sneak back in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and apologize to everyone at home. We are not going to be able to get the video restarted tonight. There's some updates that need to run that just popped up out of the blue, and it will not allow us to capture video without running the updates. And I thought I was going to get it done behind the scenes here and bring you the last couple of minutes of the game, but it just told me there's going to be multiple restarts to the computer. If the computer restarts, we won't have any coverage at all. So Pottsville back's going to be off left tackle, and Allen, he's off to the races. Zeke Bell's going to have a chance to get him. Ultimately does bring him down.
Inside the 5.
Inside the 5. So that was a run off left tackle, cut back across the field, and ran back to the right side of the field for a big gain. He's going to have a 1st and goal at about the 4-yard line. So like I said, sorry, we will not be able to bring you any video for the remainder of the evening. We will shorten the post-game show. We also will let you know that we will not be able, due to space constraints from our broadcast location, we will not be able to do any after-game interviews with either of your Eagle players. Apologize for that. We may try to grab a couple of extras next week to make up for it. And certainly we're going to work very diligently to knock out all of these technical difficulties and bring you a quality broadcast next week from home as we play the Boonville Bearcats.
And to be fair, we updated the computer today.
I ran 2 updates today. The two that it showed me that needed to be done, I ran both of those earlier today in anticipation of something like this happening, and apparently there was one I missed. So either way, Pottsville's going to run the ball there. They try to run right up the middle. Eagle defense stacks it up. It's going to be no gain. Going to bring up 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line for the Pottsville Apaches. And they are in no hurry here, Allen.
No.
Letting plenty of play clock run off here as the game clock rolls down to 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
And, you know, if we were in their shoes, we'd be doing the same thing. So
it looks like the Apaches are going to go in off right tackle there. And, yes, the signal is a touchdown Pottsville. It's going to bring the score to 46-19 as Pottsville leads your Vilonia Eagles here with 4 minutes and 6 seconds left to play in the game. So, Allen, as positive as the half started, it's going to end on just as sour of a note. You really hate this because there's been moments here, even after all the struggles, that we see a lot of fight out of our Eagles, but you know, we just can't seem to get out of our own way sometimes.
Again, we're doing it between the 20s, between the 10s.
PAT's up, and it is good to bring the score to 47-19 as the Apaches lead your Eagles. So I think we can actually still – nope, I don't know that we're going to be able to run one of the commercials right now with I really don't know. We're gonna give it a whirl. We'll see if the commercial will run.
The whole thing may crash, huh?
On behalf of the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation, we thank you for your continued support of Vilonia football. D&N Construction has always been a supporter of Vilonia athletics, and Vilonia football is no exception. On behalf of the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation, we thank you for your continued support of Vilonia football. Miller was an outstanding athlete at Vilonia, and he truly exemplified what it meant to be a Vilonia Eagle. On behalf of the Vilonia Eagle Football Foundation, we would like to say thank you to the Friends of...
And we are back here from...
Number 2, Isaiah Rosa.
We are back now live. Isaiah Rocha on the return there on the kickoff from the Apaches. He's going to be up to the 47-yard line of the Eagles.
Number 36, Zach Brack. First and 10.
Again, we want to apologize to anyone that's trying to tune in, see video here. Had some difficulties with an update needing to install, and it was gonna shut our system down. So we elected not to run that update now, so we could at least bring you audio. Britton's going to be up under center, 2 receivers to our side. He's going to look to throw downfield. Rolling right now, looking for receivers, directing traffic. Evades a tackler. He's going to throw, and Kuntz doing all he could to fight for position for the ball. Defender also fighting for the position. I think that's a good no call, Alan. I've dogged these guys out all night. I'm going to give them credit there. That was a good no call.
It was. But Roca wide open in the seam, in the middle of the field. I know he's rolling near side. Don't ever want to throw it back across the middle late.
All right, Alan, I'm gonna have to get you to slow down and say it with me. Rocha.
What am I saying?
Roca.
Rocha.
He's wide open down the seam every time, but Britton really not comfortable throwing that ball. He's back to pass again. The receivers are all clogged up in traffic. He evades the tackler. He's going to throw downfield, and catch broken up by the Apache defender.
That was a good play. That number 3 there for Apaches.
Trent Clark
made a late break on that because our receiver had position, and Clark just closed the gap.
He did. Dylan Fulmer there. Dylan Fulmer had a chance to make the catch, but with the fingertip on the ball, it came out a little bit odd, and he was just unable to get 2 hands on it. He was pretty upset with himself, but Alan, I don't see anything wrong with that. He ran a route good.
If Clark hadn't touched it, it would have been right in our hands.
Quick out's going to go to Kuntz. He's got Wirtz ahead to block for him. Kuntz needs to get inside that block, Alan.
Exactly, and another fumble out of bounds.
He was out of bounds before he fumbled that. But,
right.
Alan, Wirtz comes and kicks out the tackler, and Kuntz had an opportunity to cut inside that, but elects to go around it. The way I've always had it told to me, you follow the tailbone of your blocker.
That's right. You got to read the butt. Coach Bangs always tells us, read the butt.
Oh, Wade. Coach Bangs, there's only one like him, you know it?
Wade, read the butt. And then the hat come off, slap me in the helmet.
A lot of the helmet slapping with the hat going on back in David Bangs' days. So here come the Eagles with a 4th and 5 and looking to, maybe put some points on the board here before the end of the game. Rocha has a big hole to run through. He's up over the 35 out to the 32-yard line of the Pottsville Apaches. Everybody on the Pottsville defense was thinking pass there.
Yeah, and the beast is loose. I don't care that we're down. The beast does what the beast does.
Beast's going to do what a beast's going to do, huh?
That's right.
That was an excellent run by that young man Rocha there. Enough for an Eagle first down, so they're going to be 1st and 10 at the Apache 32. It's going to be midline there, and that is Duff, I believe, with a good run, good for 16 yards and another Eagle first down.
And this shouldn't be surprising. We've done this all night. We've done exactly this. Big runs, big pass plays all night long. We've got to convert when we get inside the red zone.
So clock continues to roll, near 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to play in the game. The give's going to be to Duff straight ahead on the midline play. He's going to pick up about 6. It didn't look like a lot, Alan, but he just kept bouncing off tacklers and picked up a good gain. So we're going to have a second.
Maybe this tail whooping right here might do us a little good.
It very well could. So we're going to have a 2nd and 4 after the run by Duff. Ball's going to be given to Duff again off left tackle. Puts his shoulder pads down. Bowls ahead for about a 3-yard gain. It's going to be very close to an Eagle first down, Alan. No indication yet out of the officiating crew. They're looking. Al, I think they want this game to be over just about as bad as a lot of the rest of us here do at the moment. They finally do whistle the clock dead and turn around.
And it's still rolling.
Finally stops. 1:56 to play. They do give Vilonia the first down. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. So Britton's going to bring his guys to the line, looking to add to the score here. He's going to be up under center. Gibbs going to be straight ahead to Michael Morris. He's going to bowl forward for about 3-yard pickup. It's going to bring the Eagles down to the 2-yard line. Clock continues to roll. 1 minute and 40 seconds left to play. 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line of the Pottsville Apaches. Backs are going to be Duff and Morris. Receivers, Kuntz and Wirtz.
And that pitch was late.
The pitch was late. It's to Duff. He gets hit in the backfield, spins out of the first tackle. It was going to be a 3 or a 4 yard loss. Duff spins out of it and gets back up to the 3 yard line. So it's only going to be a 1 yard loss on the play. It could have been much worse. Give him credit for working hard to break out of the first tackle and making something positive.
And I said
happen.
that pitch was late. It was really behind him. You know, he was coming to the near side here.
I heard you say late, but I understood behind because I saw the same thing. So that gives going to be to Duff straight over the left guard, and he is going to be stopped at the 2 after a gain of 1. It's going to bring up 4th down and goal from the 2 yard line. So, Alan, this play started 1st and goal from the 5. We've ended up 4th and goal from the 2. But we've been down as close as the 2 already once before.
That's right.
Hopefully we can punch it in. Rocha back in along with Duff, the power back. Give is going to be to Rocha straight ahead, and it's going to be touchdown to V-Town. Isaiah Rocha off right tackle for 2 yards.
And is the kicking team coming on?
You know, that's a good question. Going to bring your score to 47-25.
19 seconds left.
19 seconds on the clock, as you heard Alan say there. Eagles still trying to decide exactly what we want to do. Tight end runs off. Another receiver comes on. We're going to run a play for the 2 points.
No Nick Lewis. So
I mean, I don't know. You know, we're not in conference. It doesn't matter points here. I mean, yeah, why not go for 2 and make this look a little bit more respectable?
Well, we're talking about 20 points.
That's right. Give us to Duff, and he's straight ahead off the left guard. He's going to be in for the 2-point conversion, so they convert. It's going to bring the score to 27-47, so the Eagles are going to be down by 20 still with 19 seconds left to play.
Yeah.
So
Drake's telling me to pull the Schaefer.
I'd like to hear a little Schaefer. Let's hear it.
I told you I wasn't going to do it as the Apaches fans are packing up and headed for the gates.
Eagle fans holding strong over there. Hey, I'll give you a little bit of Schaefer. So with 19 seconds left, all we need is 3 onside kicks, recoveries, and 3 long touchdown passes. And we're right back in this, guys.
Yeah.
Right back in this thing. So with all the kidding aside, Eagles trail by a score 47-27, 19 seconds on the clock. They are set to kick off to the Pottsville Apaches, and I mean, you know, we're going to do something here to try to get the ball back. I mean, I don't know what it's going to be. Could be the squib, could be the sky kick, could just be a straight onside. I like what we saw out of the junior high kicker last night. It was a great onside kick.
Yeah, because if Apaches get it, they're just going to get it and kneel.
That's right. Eagles go with the sprint, and they're gonna call us for an illegal formation. Offsides. You know, there are some.
Our outside guy went forward.
Okay.
A little early there.
Well, the initial signal there was offsides, so I don't know who they would have called offsides. Alan's thinking it might be just okay, so false start's what they're actually going to call.
But I mean, they get running starts all the time.
So here's what I thought was going to happen. There's some certain rules on onside kicks now where you can't, you know, you can only have so many guys on this side of the ball and that side of the ball. You know, it may be nothing more than just a procedural penalty there on the way the Eagles attempted to do it, because they had the tight huddle, and then, you know, I'm assuming they had some kind of count in their huddle there, and they just all took off at the same time. The kick was beautiful. I think we were going to have a chance to recover it.
Because we was kicking right there at that gap that they have right there.
You know, and the set by the return team for the Apaches is still that they do have the same. I mean, there's a gap in their coverage team.
Right.
Eagle players trying to get in position. There's going to be the onside. Lewis looking for the hop. It bounces off the Apache, but now that is a monster hit, and I'm glad to see that young man pop up because he absolutely got his clock cleaned. I don't know who it was for the Eagles, but you cannot say they weren't trying to recover that onside.
No, he was going down to get it, and that poor kid's head done a 90-degree angle bend to the back, and then his head hit the ground before anything else.
Nothing, you know,
Nothing dirty.
Nothing dirty. Just a lick laid by one of the Eagle defenders. So you're going to see the victory formation out of the Apaches. 18 seconds on the clock. Let's keep this clean here for these last 18 seconds, guys. And they do just that. The Eagle defenders stand up straight. They are slapping 5 with the Apache offensive linemen. A lot of congratulations out there. I like the show of respect and sportsmanship here to end the game. Eagles are going to lose this one 47-27 here at John Needham Stadium on the campus of the Pottsville Apaches. And Allen, you know,
moments of brilliance throughout this whole ball game. We just couldn't convert in the red zone.
So you see the Eagle offense open it up a little bit here early in the second half, run some things that we did not see out of them last week, and we have not. We just had the first game to go on.
Right.
So I'm going to bring Drake in here while I ask Alan these couple questions, and I'm going to turn it over to him for the last words on the postgame show. But Drake, what I was just telling Alan is, Eagle offense opened it up a little bit here to start the second half, showed some things that we did not get to see last week. Some things that were really positive, and then all of a sudden the wheels just come off.
Yeah, they did. You look at we were down there 20-13. We were down 20-7 there in the first half. Came up and scored first in the second half, which was my key to the second half. But after that, it just kind of it tanked downhill. And I think, I'll tell you what, guys, I slipped out of the booth down to the student section, and we started doing good. And as soon as I came right back up, man, it just tanked over. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on that tonight. I won't blame on anything else but that.
I'm going to tell you, earlier when you were down there with the student section, I looked down trying to adjust something with the computer screen.
Right.
And then the first thing that happens, I look up, and I was like, hey, Alan, I'm going to have to look down more often because Pottsville's punting. It was our first defensive series. Had a great stop. I missed the whole thing trying to make some adjustments over here, but I'm like, man, maybe I should look away more often.
Yeah, we had a lot of adjustments tonight, and once again, apologies to you guys at home. We will not have any players of the game up in the booth with us, not because of the loss here, but just because of our accommodations are not outstanding here on a road game. We'll have some extra guys hopefully into the booth next week. But overall for the Eagles, you know, we stayed true to the run game in the first half, and there we tried to throw the ball a lot more in the second half. Jordan Britton, our quarterback, got in a little trouble with a personal foul call, and after that, that's really what tanked it. I think we had 3rd down and 22. That turned into 3rd down and 27. I mean, it really toppled off after it became 27-13.
Well, you know, I described that particular play, Drake, as 3rd or 2nd and halfway back to Vilonia. I mean, it was forever, you know, after that little – you know, the fumble and the penalty. I mean, just a lot of bad things going on there. I mean, you like seeing the Eagles come back. Britton gets over there, gets himself calmed down. The coaches help him with that. He comes back into the game and immediately leads his team down and scores. So you like the resiliency out of the young man. You know, it's like I told Alan during the broadcast, tempers flare. Yeah. It's going to happen. You can't say thanks to the officials.
No.
Can't do it.
No,
that's for the coaching staff. So, hey, guys, I'm going to step away here. I don't know if you're going to go webcam on the postgame show. Okay, so we're not going to go any webcam. We're still concerned with our difficulties with the video. I'm going to step out here, let Alan have a seat if he wants to, and let these guys finish the postgame show. I appreciate the opportunity to broadcast the football game here via Eagle Vision, and I'm just going to go ahead and sign off. I won't be joining this Corey Erie on Eagle Vision.
All right, guys, we're back over here with your post-game show. That's a quick cameo up there from the Vilonia Eagle Band. But it wasn't one of those ball games you like to reminisce on. I know from a broadcasting standpoint, we were only able to see, I guess, half the ball game. We had to cut it into multiple live feeds. There were a lot of things that just didn't go too hot for on the broadcasting end of things. We'd like to apologize for that. Once again, the system we're using is very complicated. This computer is brand spanking new thanks to the Football Foundation, and a lot of adjustments to be made, and we'll continue to make those and hopefully have this thing perfect for next week. Haven't had this many complications so far, but it's just been one of those nights. We welcome Alan Wade back here into the booth for our postgame show.
I'm back.
Alan, so tell me, I think we could safely say if we could have somebody up into our press box, it'd definitely be Isaiah Rocha. Say it with me once again. Rocha.
Rocha, the Beast, a.k.a. the Beast.
Yeah, he had 132 rushing yards last week and no touchdowns, but this week he had 114 rushing yards with 2 touchdowns, made up for the scoreless game last week.
Right. Rocha done an outstanding job. He does what he's a football player, and he went and done what a football player does.
Yeah.
And as a whole, the Eagle team done that very well, 20-20.
Yeah.
And here's what we need to take away from this ball game right here. As a football team, we need to take away that we cannot let one mistake
That's right.
take us out of our game. And that's essentially what has happened here in the second half.
Yeah.
You know, at halftime, Pottsville had 32 plays, 30 plays, something like that. They end the game with 52 plays. So they only run 22 plays this entire second half. Vilonia, on the other hand, at 19 plays at halftime, in the game with 60 plays.
Yeah.
So we done what we needed to do. You look at yards per carry. We done everything we needed to do. We let one mistake lead into another, lead into another.
Snowball effect right there. And you look at the statistics, and they don't look terrible. You look at the passing yardage, Pottsville 44 yards, Vilonia 39 yards. Not a huge difference there.
No.
And the run game, Pottsville did have 351 yards tonight, most of those off the edges. Vilonia with 292 yards. Once again, that's only a 60-yard difference. I say only loosely, but you know.
That's not a 20-point difference.
No, that's nothing crazy. And you look at the first downs, Vilonia had 27 first downs, Pottsville with 15. But it's one of those things that in the end, Pottsville's third down plays and the Vilonia penalties really came to bite us.
Right. Our 10 penalties for 64 yards. But we say 64 yards, and sneakingly, there's an Allenism.
Yeah.
You know, Pottsville only had 5, but it was for 70 yards.
Yeah.
So, you know, you kind of say that's a wash, but, you know, we had 5 more that put
costly
us.
Too.
Yeah,
Very
put
costly.
us behind the sticks.
Yeah. We would like to say thank you to all the Vilonia fans out there. We really packed this house. Not a big thing of away stands over here. Our Jort squad had to stand in the grass tonight because we traveled so well. That's great to see. We'll take you around the 5A here real quick, and it's not much consolation here, Alan. But I guess we can say tonight, at least we're not Maumelle. Maumelle playing their first home game of the season falls to win 46-7. UC Pulaski Academy has gone final. They played at Ridgeway, Tennessee tonight, 56-20. Little Rock Christian 0, Shiloh Christian 7 right now, still in the second quarter. You have Alma. Alma's down 27-12 against Springdale, and Alma, once again, they've talked about it in the preseason. They are a powerhouse, but not the favorite in the 5A West, and a team that'll be just a little bit down from what they were last year, a team that won conference in the 5A West last year. You also look at Harrison 48, Siloam Springs 12. That's a huge score right there. Greenbrier leading Heber Springs. The last update was in the third quarter, 28-21. Look at Whitehall and Crossett. Whitehall leads that game by a whole lot. Farmington, another conference game. They lead Huntsville 28-6. Once again, as we said earlier, Huntsville coming into the 5A West next season. Not a great program, but a team that could be spotty here and there. You also look at Clarksville. Once again, not to be Clarksville. They are falling behind 42-21 against Ozark. Ozark, a 4A school, coming up to play the 5A team. Our Eagle football guys over there are singing along to the alma mater. And you know, one thing I want to give us kudos for is the lack of depth tonight. Didn't have everybody out there that we'd like to have seen. But they fought hard, scoring there at the end. They fought to the very end of the ball game.
They had the never die attitude. So clean up some of our penalties, some of our fumbles. We're going to be just fine. That's
right, and that was a big part of it. Was those two fumbles really hurt us. You see Kyle Vines coming in and getting his first taste of high school football, and it wasn't a great situation to come in and get your first go at it.
No, because he was probably he's sitting over there cold.
Yep.
And just if it was an injury, that's just a lesson that young man's going to learn.
Right.
At any moment, he could be the starting quarterback.
Against a very physical Pottsville team. It reminds me of Alabama this past week playing Florida State. Francois goes down to Florida State. They have to put in their backup quarterback. He's cold. His first snap of college football facing the number 1 team in the country. And here Kyle Vines facing a really hot Pottsville team that was huge.
Pottsville's certainly going to be a team to be reckoned with in their 4A classification. So, again, looking at the grand picture, this loss right here doesn't really mean anything against Vilonia in our playoff run. So, yeah, we'd like to go 10-0.
Correct.
But in the grand scheme of things, if we learn the lessons that need to be learned here tonight, it was, you say the here's my Schaefer. It was worth the loss.
Yeah.
So take it for what it's worth.
That's right. I mean, you got to be positive coming out of this one. You look at the defense. What we saw in the second half from Vilonia, in the first half we talked about how they cut. They wanted to make the ball game, have the ball game in between the tackles, in the trenches. They wanted to play it there. Pottsville wanted to get to the outside. And in the second half, the Eagles did not cut that entire first possession. They were successful.
They were.
They spread it out. You see Devin James, the other defensive end in there. He made some plays on that drive just because the Eagles were spreading the defense out a little bit and trying to contain Pottsville's outside run game, which was a big strength for theirs tonight. They had a couple runs where they sent the big power fullback downfield, and he was a hard one to bring down.
Rumbling
3 or 4 times.
Stumbling.
Yeah, 3 or 4 times Zeke Bell got drugged to the ground trying to bring him down, but no doubt a physical team. It'll be good to be in the locker room this week and talk to these guys, see how they recover from this one. It was a weird week, a short week for these guys. That 4 days coming off of Memorial Day, Labor Day, excuse me, and then the film room Sunday should be it should be good for them to get to sit down and say, hey, what did we do wrong and how can we fix it against Boonville? Who honestly, Alan, Boonville is picked to be a much better team in the preseason than the Pottsville Apaches.
Yeah, so nobody to look past. And how did they do tonight?
We'll go ahead and get into the we're here on Fearless Friday, have them popped up. Boonville tonight, let's see.
Don't even see them on
I'm not seeing. Boonville is a 4A school.
Mm-hmm.
There we see that. Pottsville Vilonia has gone final, of course. Boonville 28, Gravett 13. It's a game they shouldn't have had any trouble with, and they didn't have any trouble with it tonight. You look at the Pottsville
in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and that game will soon end. You look at Pottsville and what they did last season. Vilonia took the wins 21-6, but this season Pottsville Apaches come out successful 47-27 at home. They have a split. Vilonia beat Boonville 24-20 on the road last year, and so they come home with the first home game. Ladies and gentlemen, on Thursday night we'll have a bonfire pep rally. All the high school students of Vilonia will be out there. Should be an awesome evening. We'll be broadcasting next week's high school game on the Vilonia Football Foundation YouTube page. No junior high game to broadcast next week. They'll be at Maumelle. We won't be able to make that trip, but we look forward to broadcasting more of your Vilonia high school football. Alan, thanks for being with us. Corey had to step out early here, but it's an awesome honor to be the voices of the Eagles. We all love doing it. We love getting out here and being able to support our football program, and hope to see a big win next week for Drake Toll and Alan Wade. It's been an awesome night of Eagle football. We can't wait to see you again next week. Thank you guys for listening.